One day I had to attend a small party with my friend Ankit. The party was going very well. The party was held with music, dance, and a wide variety of food items. My friend Ankit and I met a lot of new people there. I thought this was a good opportunity. I started talking to them, and some of us danced. I really enjoyed that. In the middle of the party, I noticed my friend. He was sitting alone on a sofa and playing games on his mobile phone. In fact, he is active and plays number of jokes with me. This is the same person who behaves with shy and is silent when he enters the public eye. This is no stranger to him. He's been like that since childhood. He feels comfortable with very few people. If he has to talk to someone new, he runs away. Hi friends, how are you? This is a problem that many of us have. We feel better and comfortable when there is no one, and we are a little embarrassed in the presence of someone new. If we attend any functions, parties, we do not speak to others. Why do I talk? You feel like this after going home. Everyone was talking well. They welcomed me and greeted me. But why did I do like that? Even I should have spoke few words with them. Have you ever felt this way? If any of you think or feel ashamed to speak with others, don't worry, you are not alone. There are many on this list. What should be done to break this shame and speak freely to others? When I decided that I should make a video on communication skills, many had suggested many books. However, 60 to 70% of the people said about this book, Captivate, The Science of Succeeding with People, written by Vanessa Van Edwards. This book was suggested by some friends in a group on Facebook. In this video, I will share with you some of the tips she said. Do you want to stop being shy and communicate with anyone easily? If your answer is yes, watch this video completely without missing a single point. What do we need to do to overcome this shyness and talk to everyone confidently? Willingness to change. Are you thinking that you should talk to everyone without shame or shyness? Ask yourself first, how willing are you to overcome shyness? Most of you who are watching this video is also thinking that they should face this shame or shyness. Good. Don't think about your weakness. Focus on your strengths. You had to go to a wedding function. You don't want to go there. You have tried to avoid going to that function in so many ways, but all your efforts are in vain. Firstly, put aside the idea of simply attending that function, eating there and returning home. As you can see, we can observe some people in the places that are socializing like this. They laugh big and act a little too much. They may temporarily manage the people, but the people are afraid to go to them again. The reason behind this is fakeness. Yes, people can easily identify this fakeness. Put this fakeness aside. Laughing, talking loudly, and expressing too much than necessary should not be done. We do not need to show what we don't have. So, focus on your strengths. Okay? No fakeness. Remember, no fakeness. What's next? I had to go to a party. I thought I should definitely go to that party. I thought well of what to do in that party. It seemed to me that if I have the answers to these 3 questions would enough. Those are, how do I make a good first impression? Who should I talk to? What should I talk to them about? If we know the answers to these 3 questions, we can attract people like a magnet in either party or any event. So, the first question, how do I make a good first impression? We hear some speeches at some events. Once they start talking, we can keep them looking. Some people speak so magnetic that we keep listening to them. It is not a talent from their childhood. They learned it with practice. How do we practice and posture like them? How do we get that winner attitude? The author of the book Captivate had firstly said of the triple threat. This means hands, posture, and eye contact. If we maintain these 3 properly, we will give the best first impression, the author says. First, the hands. And hands should always be open. Do not hide them. This means you should not fold your hands or put your hands in pockets. You don't do like this. Remember that your hand should be open and should be visible to the person you are talking to. Posture. We need to show confidence to others by our posture. We should not show fear and tension. People as well like whoever is with confident body language. Maybe we can learn a posture. We can easily practice it. Move your shoulders slightly back. Keep your chin and chest a little straight. Keep your hands away from your body and not too far. This is known as the launch stance. Practice this stance before the mirror. By practicing this way will automatically increase your confidence levels. Eye contact. We need to gain their trust when talking to someone. This is the most important. Here, eye contact is important for us to gain their trust. This eye contact is especially important when you are talking to the opposite gender. What many body language experts say is that if you want to connect with someone a little bit, you can maintain 60 to 75% eye contact while you talk to them. Then they will connect with you. And science also says that if 60 to 75% of eye contact is involved, then oxytocin is produced in the person that you are talking to. So, we should keep our hands open and confident in our body posture, and also we need to maintain 60 to 75% eye contact when we talk. With this tip, I almost had the idea of how I should be like. What's next? We need to talk. This is very important. Before you talk to anyone, decide to whom should we speak. Who should I talk to? At the party I went to, what happened was that I stayed away from people. Then nobody cared about me. Okay then, I went to the middle of the crowd, but there was no big difference. Still, people didn't care. The people next to me were talking, and I went to the middle and said, yeah, he was right. That's it. Everyone in the crowd angrily looked at me from top to bottom. If you want to handle such an awkward situation, first we should remember this. We don't need to talk to all those unknown. Yes, we should not decide to speak to all those who are unknown. It is your decision as to who to talk to. We should not think that all should like us, because that doesn't happen. So choose who you want to listen to as well as whom you feel comfortable with and talk to them. For example, the author of this book is Vanessa Van Edwards, a YouTuber. One of those who watched her videos commented, "Your topic content is nice, but the clothing you are wearing is not professional, it's common." Then Vanessa wanted to reshoot the video, but decided to wait a few days. Within a few days, traffic to the video and her channel increased. Then it became clear that most of her audience liked her casual dress. Only someone made that comment. Finally, she thought it would be good to be comfortable with what most viewers love. That's it. She became very popular. So keep aside the thoughts of who we should please. We don't have to please anyone. Talk to someone with whom you want to talk. Friends, remember the above points. Mainly your hands, posture and eye contact. If these three are in correct manner, you still have nothing to think about. And you need to understand this point a little more carefully. That is, who you should talk to and who you shouldn't talk to. Some people don't like to talk. You can detect by their behavior and face expressions. Avoid them almost. Some people are open to talk. Identify them. Always don't feel shy and run away from people. People think you don't want to talk to anyone, so stay close to people. Also, how do you identify the person you want to talk to? What we need to do is assume that there are some buffet style meals out there, or that there is someone in the drinks. Observe those who are alone in it. This means that there is only one person, select them, go to them and introduce yourself first. Where did they come from? What do they do? Ask a few questions like this. Because whoever is alone or dining alone, they are a little bit interested in talking. If we do this, we can easily talk to people by staying in our comfort zone. So far we have talked about first impression as well as selecting the person to talk. What's next? What should we really talk about? Little typical. What should I talk about? Recently this summer, I went to an ice cream parlor near my home. I asked him for a vanilla ice cream. Meanwhile, one of them, "Can I add some dry fruits, sir? It tastes amazing." "Okay, add some on," I replied. He asked for adding the chocolate syrup too. Please, I said. After that, while eating the ice cream, Switzerland seems to be in this ice cream parlor. While listening to the story, have any of you ever thought about eating ice cream or tasting ice cream? If you feel so, it is called neural coupling. That means without eating anything, without going anywhere, just feel in the imagination. This happens to every human being. The main reason for this is story. Yes, it is a habit of all the human beings to feel a story automatically by imagining it when they listen. People will engage with and imagine the story you are telling. If you want to avoid people not knowing what to talk about, remember this. People love to hear stories. Are you wondering what story to tell? In total, we can tell 3 kinds of stories: trigger topics, sparking stories, and boomerangs. Firstly, trigger topics. Trigger topics means talking about current news or weather or something that is happening now. Select the trigger topic according to time and situation and talk about it. Second is sparking stories, which is a little deeper, talking about any incident in your life, an incident you saw or an incident you liked. You must say in the form of a story which should create an emotion in the listener. I mean, the listener should laugh, cry, or think. Such an emotion must be generated with a deep story. And the third is boomerang. As in the name, your partner should talk about the relevant topic you are talking about. That means telling about a thing, experience, and asking some questions about it. For example, you can tell them about the places you have visited recently and ask them if they have visited any places. By doing so, others feel like you have given them an opportunity to talk. Then it will be a little more interesting for them talking to you. By these boomerangs, you can tell them a story, and we can also engage them in our conversation by asking some questions. So, choose your story concepts and keep them ready. These boomerangs are useful for you at parties and some functions. Friends, this video is almost over. Also look at the points in this video again and practice well. What should the launch stance actually be? How to speak? Practice in your mind the stories you have already prepared. Doing so will bring out the best communicator in you without shyness. Captivate. There are many interesting things in this book. Do you want to know more about this book? I put a link to that book in the description. You can also buy that book by clicking it. Let us know in the comments how this video made you feel. Thanks for watching. Bye.